you guys would like to know how I did this hair and makeup look, keep watching. My eyebrows base and concealer is done. I'm gonna probably have to do my concealer again after, but I'll worry about that later. I'm gonna use Urban Decay's Primer Potion on my eyelid. And I always use eyeshadow primer because I have slightly hooded eyelids, which means this part of my skin overlaps my eyelid, which makes it greasy during the day and then it creases. And I don't like that. Using a eyeshadow primer mattifies your eyelids so that your eyeshadow doesn't crease. This is a really easy eye look to do. And I'm only going to use two colours. I'm going to use a purple pencil and purple pigment. I'm using No7's Metallic Eye Pencil in purple. And all I'm going to do is just roughly just squiggle on your eyelid. Like that. And that's where my eyelid stops. That's my crease now there. So I've just done it on my eyelid. There's no technique to this. It's just as long as you don't go above your crease line. You can darken it if you want. And because these pencils are really soft, it actually doesn't hurt your eyes. And then you get a fluffy brush. And I mean, I call my blending brushes fluffy because I want them to be fluffy so it blends nicely. Just blend the edges. See how easy that was? Because what we're trying to create here is no harsh edges. Now when you're blending, it doesn't matter if it goes above your crease line. But when we put the colour on with the pencil, we wanted to make sure it stayed on our eyelid. Really easy. And then you get your pigment. I'm going to use e.l.f. number D20 and I think it's called Passionate Purple. This I'm in love with. I used this yesterday actually. And I put some photos on Instagram. A lot of people liked it. I'm just dipping my brush in, tapping off the excess, because this colour is really pigmented. And I'm just gonna dab that onto my eyelid, and again, just on the eyelid, not on the over the crease. Oh, got fallout already. That's my fault. This colour is just amazing. I mean, look at that. And all I'm doing is just dabbing it over my eyelid. I haven't done much and it already looks really nice. And then just do the same with the edges, just blend it. The thing with purple is, when you blend purple, it becomes pink because you're blending it so much, the undercolour is coming out. Which means you don't actually need another colour to put in your crease line. That pink becomes your colour, and then it just goes, you can see the transfer of colour now, which is pink. And what you want to do is just build that colour up. This is my second coat. You don't actually have to blend this one because I've already blended the top bit with our first coat. I actually don't need to blend this one, I can actually leave it as it is, which I quite like. I might just deepen it. The reason why I put the pencil on before was because if you touch your eyelid after, it's slightly tacky. So when you put pigment on, it just sucks onto it and it just stays there all day. And if you find it's gone too far down, doesn't matter because we're going to line the bottom. Just line it with the pencil. You don't have to use number 7, you don't have to use e.l.f. You can use any colour that you have at home. This is the only purple I have, which is the number 7, which is a dark purple. Hence why I'm using it. And I'm just lining it all underneath, like that. You're also going to line your waterline. You can use black if you want. I'll be using black on my tight line. Get into your fluffy brush again and just blend that out. And now that bit that was coming down from the top has actually blended into your lower lash line. And if you think it's come even further, just get your concealer brush and just go over the bit that you don't want it to be there. Kind of like an eraser. Super easy. You can also put some of that pigment, like you did on your eyelid. You can put some on your lower lash line if you want that colour to stand out. Okay, so you can see how easy that was. All I used was an eye pencil and some pigment. You can either line your eyes with liquid or pencil eyeliner if you like, or you could just leave it like this and just put loads of mascara or put falsies on. It's up to you. I am going to do a flick, because that's typical me. I'm going to use Collection 2000 gel liner and the e.l.f. angled brush, just on a basic flick. And I've lined half of my lower lash line. Yesterday I did a double flick, but today I think I'll just do the single. Curl your lashes and put some mascara on. Lots and lots of mascara on, because I want the emphasis to be on the eyes. And for my blush, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use just a matte bronzer, just a lighter shade, and just contour, but also just slightly bring up to your cheeks. So it gives you contour but a bit of colour on your cheeks as well. Like that. I'm not going to go in with my usual heavy contouring because it will be just too much. And then the sides of my nose to give it definition. And just above my forehead and in my temples. Use whatever powder you have. I'm going to use Laura Mercier's because I've got a big tub and I need to use it. And I'm just going to put that over where my skin gets oily during the day. I have an oily T-zone but dry cheeks. I am going to use Smashbox Artificial Light to my finger, just the top of my cheekbones, just to give me a bit of shine because my bronzer that I used was matte. And then when you move around, you see the light catches. For my lips, I'm going to use a pink liner by No7 called Blush in number 10, and Bobbi Brown's lipstick in number 21, which is called Pale Pink. The reason why I'm using a slightly darker lip liner is because I'm going to draw slightly above my lip line. And that's it, that's the finished look. I'll show you how I quickly curl my hair. Okay, I'll be using the Babyliss 38mm tongs. Really easy to do. I'm going to section this top bit off because I want this to do this last. This side away, this side away. So I have just the back bit left. I'm just getting a line of hair like that, and the rest of it, put it up. And all I'm going to do is, so I can see, just curl it inwards. Some of the hair comes out. I just want to give it shape, that's all. These bottom bits don't really curl like the rest because they are so small. And do that the next section. There won't be many of these sections at the back. I'm not being really precise with the back bits only because I know they are so short. And it's so difficult when you have short hair to actually style the back of your head. So that's why I spend so much little time at the back here. And the way I do the sides is in lines, in vertical lines. So I don't do it horizontal like we did at the back. A line here. And the way I do this is I do one section going backwards, next section going forwards. So this section I'm going to, I think I already did it going inwards yesterday, so I think I'll just carry on. So this section I'm going to curl inwards, like this. You just hold it there for about 10 seconds or until your hair feels hot. And then you let go, pull it down, not away, down, and it's created a big curl. And you want to keep that curl. Hairspray it. Get the next section, another vertical line. Since this back curl we did inwards, this curl's going to go outwards. And the reason why I do that is because if your hair was going the same way throughout the whole head, it would kind of just go into one and turn the same way. Whereas if you do alternate ways, what it ends up doing is still leaving you with some nice curls throughout the day. This one I'm going to do away from my face. This top bit. can do this with heated rollers if you want, but I find with that the curl stays in too tightly. This section here, okay, I'm going to do it inwards. And to do it inwards, I'm going to pull it up first because I want this root bit to be up and then curl it down. I mean, obviously be careful to not burn yourself, but you want it as far down as you can before it starts touching your skin and burning you. So that what it's doing is that lifting section there that we've done will stay up and then it will curl like that. And we're going to leave this like this for now because we don't want it to drop. This section at the top we had here, we're going to do that same horizontal curls to this like we did earlier on to the back bits. There you go. Now we have big barreled curls going all the way around our hair. Okay, it seems like it's all cooled down. All I now do is, no back combing was needed because as we curled, we're pulled up. And all you do is just run your fingers through. And that's it. That's all I have to do. Some of the hair that's sort of being curled inwards go together and end up being one clump. The good thing about doing it alternately that we did was that this section stays apart from this section, so it still creates volume and texture throughout the whole day. So you see these bits here, they're pretty straight. So you can just play around. Lots of volume. No back combing. Yeah, so this is how I created this look. On my blog, I've done a review on a few items that I bought from e.l.f. Thumbs up. I love this look. It's so pretty. And it's edgy with the eyes, a bit rock and roll, but then I've gone classic with the hair. And it's an easy look to do. I hope you guys enjoyed me rambling on. If you do this look, let me know. If you'd like to know my reviews on e.l.f. products that I purchased recently, go to my blog. And I hope you enjoyed that, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye.